In the previous parts of this story, you saw that 2 ancient cocoons were found during the excavation of a mine, from which nuclear energy-consuming MUTO are born. The giant Godzilla, king of the sea, destroys both of the MUTO and goes back into the same sea. Then we saw that on Skull Island lives King Kong, the last remaining giant of his species, who grabs the tongue of the giant lizard Ramarak and pulls it out, and kills him there after torturing him. Now the whole world was afraid that if by mistake Godzilla and King Kong came face to face, what would happen that day? You will get the answer to this in our today's story. You can see previous parts of this story by clicking on the I button above. Now the story begins in an artificial world that looks exactly like a real jungle, where humans have imprisoned King Kong. Humans fear that if Godzilla finds out about King Kong, it will cause terrible destruction. Millions will die. Now we see Kong waking up in this fake forest of his in the morning. Then a little girl named Jia comes there. Jia is a Skull Island native who has a very emotional bond with Kong and is the one person Kong trusts the most. But today, Kong feels a strange anger inside him. He suddenly uproots a large tree standing nearby and throws it towards the sky with full force. That tree goes and hits the energy wall that surrounds this entire dome, and due to that collision a big hole is created in it. Over time, Kong's strength and size have increased significantly, and considering everything, it is decided that it is not possible to keep Kong hidden here. Now Kong will have to shift from here to somewhere else, and from here a man named Bernie enters the story who works in a big tech company named Apex. This company is known worldwide for making advanced robots and large machines. But Bernie doesn't trust the company from the start. He suspects that these people are hiding something big from the world and are secretly preparing some dangerous project. To reach the truth, Bernie tries to access the company's secret data, and then he comes to know that preparations are underway to send a secret project to Hong Kong. But before he could understand anything else, suddenly, a danger alarm starts ringing loudly throughout the base, clearly indicating that Godzilla is approaching the city. Within moments, the sea water starts rising as if a tsunami has hit, and then Godzilla emerges from the sea in a dangerous manner. As soon as they see him, army helicopters start attacking him. But Godzilla doesn't care. Godzilla moves forward, destroying everything in his path. Seeing this, the people present there are surprised. In anger, Godzilla uses his nuclear power, and in a few moments burns the entire base of Apex Company to ashes. News of this incident spreads throughout the world overnight, and everyone begins to believe that Godzilla has returned. But this time he has emerged not as a protector but as a destroyer. On the other hand, Walter Simmons, the owner of Apex Company, comes on the news and claims that to stop Godzilla, he will soon create a force which will be many times more powerful than Godzilla. Madison Russell is also watching this entire news, and she is completely convinced that Godzilla cannot attack like this without any reason because he is the protector of the Earth. For this reason, he suspects that Apex Company is definitely behind this attack. She goes straight to her father, Mark Russell, and tries to convince him that Godzilla has been provoked. But his father refuses to listen to him and explains to him that these titans are also like humans whose behavior can change at any time, and now Godzilla has changed. He is not the same as before. She walks away sadly. Madison then listens to an online audio recording of Bernie, which reveals some shocking details about the Apex Company and Godzilla. Hearing all this, she becomes even more convinced that there is something big hidden behind this whole matter, and then she decides that she will find out the secret as to why Godzilla attacked the Apex Company. She will find Barney to find out the truth. Now we see that Walter Simmons, the owner of Apex Company, comes to meet a famous scientist Nathan Lind and tells him that his idea of Hollow Earth has been proved absolutely correct. Actually, Nathan had earlier written a book in which he had claimed that another whole world exists beneath the Earth, from where these titans get their real power. Walter tells Nathan that if he can access the hidden world, he can gain powers that can control giant titans like Godzilla and King Kong. Walter then introduces scientist Nathan to one of his special men, and tells him that his team has discovered a source of energy inside the hollow earth that has the power to change the entire world. Nathan is alarmed to hear this because a few years ago his brother had also tried to reach the same world. But due to the strange gravity there, he lost his life. Nathan says that there is so much dangerous pressure and different kind of gravity inside the hollow earth that once it reaches there, neither human nor machine can survive. Hearing all this, Walter says with a slight smile that his company has developed an advanced anti-gravity craft that can withstand the pressure of the hollow earth. Nathan says that every Titan has a natural ability to find their true home. Therefore, if they want to reach hollow earth, it will be necessary to take the help of King Kong because only he can show them the right path. Now we see that the next day Nathan visits his old friend Dr. Elaine Andrews, who is Kang's caretaker. He explains to him that Kang's true home is hollow earth, and that is where Kong can escape Godzilla and remain safe. The doctor thinks for a while and after understanding the situation, says yes. We then see that the mission has begun and Kong is transported across the sea in large ships and heavily guarded, where he is tied with strong chains so that he remains under control. It is night, and during this time Jia tells Dr. Elaine through gestures that Kong is very angry. Now we see Kong get upset with the chains. He is constantly trying to free himself. Meanwhile, the army leader assures Dr. Elaine that everything is under control and they will complete the mission safely. But Elon knows that if Godzilla and King Kong accidentally come face to face on the sea route, it will cause such devastation that it will be impossible to stop. On the other hand, we see Elaine approaching Bernie, an employee of Apex Company, where Bernie tells him that he had already suspected that Apex Company was making something that could challenge Godzilla, and perhaps sensing that threat, Godzilla attacked Apex Company. Meanwhile, a warning alarm suddenly starts ringing in the ships moving in the middle of the sea, and Jia tells everyone through gestures that Godzilla is coming towards them. Hearing this, everyone present there is left breathless. Within moments, Godzilla emerges, tearing through the ocean and heading straight for Kong, destroying any ships in his path. Kong is trying his best to free himself from the chains. To save him, the army starts attacking Godzilla with missiles and rockets. But these have no effect on him. Godzilla retaliates and uses his strength to knock down the helicopters like toys, making the situation even more dangerous. Godzilla then crashes directly into Kong's ship, hitting it so hard that the entire ship capsizes. Taking advantage of this opportunity, Kong frees himself and jumps from one ship to another, and reaches in front of Godzilla, and then a fierce battle begins between the two. Kong lands a powerful punch to Godzilla's face. Godzilla also immediately attacks back and knocks Kong down. But Kong, without stopping, gets up again and attacks with great force, causing Godzilla to retreat some distance and fall into the water. And this is where the real confrontation begins. Now Godzilla becomes completely enraged and tries to attack King Kong with his dangerous nuclear power. But Kong immediately jumps into the sea to save himself. As soon as he goes into the water, Godzilla takes the opportunity and pulls him into the deep water because Godzilla remains completely strong inside the water while it becomes difficult for Kong to stay there. His breathing becomes difficult and his strength also gradually starts decreasing. Godzilla exploits this weakness and drags him further down so that he can finish him off. Elaine, standing on the ship above, panics and immediately calls for help. Hearing this, the army fires missiles at Godzilla underwater. A loud explosion loosens his grip and Kong somehow manages to get out on top. At this point, scientist Nathan makes a wise decision and orders all the ship's engines to be shut down so that Godzilla thinks everything is over. As soon as silence prevails all around, looks at Godzilla. He thinks he is dead and goes back from there. Elaine is still frightened and believes that if the engines are restarted, the ocean will vibrate and Godzilla will return. So Nathan decides that we will no longer take the sea route but Kong will be taken to the air via helicopter. Meanwhile, Madison Russell, along with her friends Josh and Bernie, secretly breaks into the Apex Company headquarters in Hong Kong. Once inside, they see large skull-crawler eggs, which the company is keeping safe for some secret experiment. But as they try to understand this mystery, suddenly the heavy door of the lab closes automatically and all three get trapped inside. It's actually a high-speed transport system that takes them, along with the eggs, rapidly through underground passages towards Hong Kong. On the other hand, we see that with the help of army helicopters, King Kong has been taken to that icy area of Antarctica, where the path to Hollow Earth begins. Reaching there, Jia gestures to Kong to go inside the cave in front. But Kong backs off first, as if he did not trust this unknown place. Scientist Nathan then seeks Jia's help, and Jia explains to him that his real home is on the other side of the cave. Eventually, Kong agrees and steps inside the cave. The rest of the people follow him in their anti-gravity vehicles, and after some time everyone reaches inside the Hollow Earth, where the view is completely different. There is a strange world spread all around, where gravity appears to be reversed and everything looks different than normal. But as they move forward, suddenly some dangerous creatures attack them. A giant flying monster smashes into the vehicle in front and crushes it, causing the situation to spiral out of control in an instant. Amidst this chaos, another creature is about to attack. Then Kong quickly moves forward and catches him with his hands and throws him hard on the ground and kills him. After this, Kong moves forward without stopping, as if he is searching for his real home, and the rest of the people are also following him. Meanwhile, Russell, Josh and Bernie use the transport system to reach a secret lab in Hong Kong with the eggs, and as soon as they step inside, they discover a truth that changes everything. They discover that Apex Cybernetics has created a massive and dangerous machine to destroy Godzilla once and for all, which is called Mechagodzilla. This is not an ordinary robot, but a perfect killing machine made keeping in mind the strength of Godzilla and his every move, and the most surprising thing is that Rensei Rizawa is controlling it through his mind. That means a human being will become stronger than such a huge monster. Seeing all this, Madison and Bernie understand why Godzilla was repeatedly attacking Apex, because he had already realized the threat and wanted to eliminate him. Now, to test the power of this machine, the scientists burst a dangerous creature in front of it called Skull Crawler. But as soon as it attacks, Mechagodzilla wastes no time activating its laser beam and ripping the creature in half with a single blow. Seeing this, everyone present there is stunned. And this is where we realize that this machine actually requires a lot of energy to run. So much energy which is not present in this entire world, and this energy can be found only inside Hollow Earth, and this is the reason why Walter, the owner of Apex, is putting so much emphasis on this mission. Walter Simmons' motive is clear. He wants to fully activate Mechagodzilla by acquiring that mysterious energy and make it the most powerful weapon in the world. But as soon as this machine is tested for some time in the lab, far out at sea, Godzilla senses a faint whiff, and without delay, changes direction and begins heading towards Hong Kong at full speed. Now we see the world of Hollow Earth, which is very beautiful, where inside a huge mountain lies hidden the special energy that Apex is looking for. Then King Kong arrives there and opens a big door hidden inside that mountain with his hands. As he goes inside, he finds a special, giant axe made from the bones of titans. Kang picks it up in his hand and moves forward and sits on the throne there like a king, as if he has got his kingdom. As soon as he brings his axe near that energy, it immediately charges and starts glowing with blue light, and his power increases many times. But at that very moment, Godzilla present on the earth feels the vibration of that energy from under the ground. Without any delay, he releases nuclear power with all his might directly on the ground, and that energy pierces the earth and reaches the Hollow Earth thousands of feet below, where Kong exists, and now the path between the two worlds has opened. As King Kong reaches that mysterious energy, Maya Simmons, the daughter of the Apex company owner, manipulates him into sending all his data to Apex to make Mechagodzilla even more powerful. Seeing this, Elaine tries to stop him and warns that this could be very dangerous. But this has no effect on Maya. Then suddenly, from above, Godzilla's nuclear power directly hits the hollow earth. The entire area trembles and there is chaos all around. Maya panics and tries to escape. But Kong sees him running and grabs his vehicle in his giant hands, destroying it in an instant. Kwang then picks up his glowing axe and without wasting any time, he jumps into the same path that Godzilla had created with his power, and reaches straight to Hong Kong where Godzilla is already waiting for him. As soon as he lands, Kong strikes hard with his axe, which causes Godzilla to be heavily injured. But Godzilla also immediately retaliates, and continuously attacks Kong with his strength. The two engage in a fierce battle in the middle of the city. There is devastation all around. But gradually Godzilla starts overpowering Kong. He weakens Kong with continuous blows and eventually knocks him to the ground. Then he places his heavy foot on his chest, roars loudly, and leaves him there and moves ahead, as if he had won this battle once again. On the other hand, Apex's owner Walter feeds the entire data of that special energy of Hollow Earth into the system of Mechagodzilla, and as soon as the energy is received, Mechagodzilla becomes active with full power. But the situation worsens the next moment as Ren-Sarizawa loses control over him. He is unable to control it, and the Mechagodzilla machine starts moving on its own. First he attacks and kills Walter, and then breaks out of the building, destroying the entire lab. As soon as Godzilla sees this Mechagodzilla machine, he moves towards it without stopping and a fierce battle begins between the two. But Godzilla is unable to withstand Mechagodzilla's power and continuous attacks for long, and within a short time, he knocks him down and crushes him. Meanwhile, Madison, Russell, and Bernie try to stop him from the control room. But the system has failed and they have no option left. Meanwhile, Jiao reaches King Kong lying on the ground, and upon feeling his heartbeat, she understands that Kong will die soon. Seeing this, scientist Nathan takes an immediate decision and brings his anti-gravity vehicle over his chest and gives him a strong electric shock. This shock restarts Kong's heartbeat, and he stands up again. Jia explains to him through gestures that Godzilla is not his enemy but his friend and he needs help. Realizing this, Kong immediately gets up and without wasting any time, runs towards Godzilla. There we see that Mechagodzilla is about to destroy Godzilla with its laser beam. But then Kong interrupts and stops him. Godzilla also now understands that Kong is not his enemy but a protector of the Earth like him, and now he joins forces with King Kong to attack Mechagodzilla. But Mechagodzilla is powered by the energy of the Hollow Earth, and is much more powerful than both of them. Therefore, he starts overpowering both of them. At the same time, KO's eyes fall on his axe. He then picks it up and attacks Mechagodzilla with full force. But Mechagodzilla blocks the attack and counters by trying to strangle Kong with its tail. Kong uses all his strength to catch him. Meanwhile, in the control room, Madison, Russell, Bernie, and Josh try to stop the system so that Mechagodzilla can be subdued. But when nothing works, Josh gets angry and picks up his liquor bottle and pours it on the control panel, causing the system to short-circuit and stop for a few seconds. During this time, Godzilla, seeing the opportunity, releases his nuclear power on Kang's axe, and it immediately gets filled with blue energy and becomes active again. Now we see Kong attack with full force and tear off Mechagodzilla's arms. He breaks it completely and finally pulls its head off. The fight ends with a loud roar, and the entire city falls silent. People are happy with his victory. Let's hug each other. After this, Godzilla slowly moves towards Kong, and Kong also raises his axe and stands in front of him. Both look at each other for a few moments, like they are thanking each other and increasing their friendship. Now Godzilla turns back and goes back to his home Mai, the depths of the ocean, and Kong also returns to his real home Hollow Earth, and with this the story ends. Now the whole world has only one question: will Godzilla and Kong ever meet each other again? Can a more serious threat befall our Earth? And if danger comes, will Godzilla and Kong work together to eliminate it? So you will get the answer to this in the next part of this story. As soon as this video reaches 200 comments, we will publish the final part of this story. Therefore, write the final part in the comment box. And to always stay connected with us like this, please subscribe to our channel.